let's talk more about these independent sanctions jointly imposed by South Korea and the U.S. with Professor Kim Young-jun this morning. Welcome back to the program.
Hello. Good morning from the Washington, D.C.
Professor Kim, these new sanctions are over the regime's latest attempt to launch what appears to be a military reconnaissance satellite, right?
Yes, right. The ROC and the U.S. Won several times, but North Korea finally launched satellite again and again. So the ROC and the U.S. government sanction on North Korea, and this time the ROC government do sanction 5 persons and 1 institution. 5 persons are all people of the same institution, Ryugyong Program Company, and they are Ryugyong-cheol, Kim Hak-cheol, Jang Won-cheol, Lee Cheol-min, and Kim Ji-won. They are directly relevant to the spy satellite launching. All of them are the first list for sanction, and this is 11 as a sanction list of the Yoon administration. Now, all sanction list of persons are 54 and 51 institutions so far.
Right. What's also notable is that these are technically the first reactions or actions taken by Seoul and Washington since the Camp David trilateral summit last month. Now, can we say that imposing these sanctions will actually help stop the North from developing nuclear weapons?
Unfortunately, no perfect sanction to stop North Korea. But anyway, in Camp David, ROC, U.S. and Japan security cooperation is a very strong signal and the strongest alliance ever against the North Korea provocation. So by doing this type of sanction, the ROC government is able to show its willingness to not allow any provocation and any violation by North Korea, like nuclear or missile and satellite launching internationally. The ROC government will cooperate with the international community continuously to stop North Korea provocation, like nuclear tests, by doing this sanction.
Professor Kim, you mentioned earlier some of the people who have been blacklisted this time are directly involved in developing these spy satellites. Now, I'm sure there are more than 2 or 3 people who are directly involved in developing those satellites. Would you say these sanctions will actually help stop the regime from launching military reconnaissance satellites?
So far, unfortunately, the sanction effect is not perfect, definitely. But no, this kind of sanction will show more international cooperation to stop North Korean provocation, especially by the ROC government doing this one. It will be show more political and diplomatic pressure on North Korea to stop any more that kind of a more stronger missile and nuclear tests. So this is not just technical, but more political and diplomatic action, and the ROC government doing this, so this will be very symbolic and very effective action against North Korea.
Definitely. Now, North Korea appears to be quite edgy lately, calling South Korea, the U.S. and Japan, the so-called gang bosses, and firing ballistic missiles on Wednesday. Now, those short-range ballistic missiles fired on Wednesday must be one way of showing the North's annoyance and distress. That must be the case, right?
Yeah, that's right. North Korea continually make the argument here, ROC, Japan, and the U.S. security cooperation is kind of the threat to North Korea. But unfortunately, this is a wrong argument because of the North Korea provocation, including nuclear tests and missile launching is always the fundamental reason for the instability surrounding the Korean peninsula. So by doing this sanction, this is a very important signal. And also, ROC U.S. combined exercise over the 2 weeks will be showing strongest defensive action, not offensive action. So North Korea criticized, but at the same time, this is does not make sense. So ROC, U.S. and Japan security cooperation should be continue, and North Korea have to join negotiation table.
Definitely. Now, in the meantime, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has been quite vocal, right? He's been calling for his Navy's war readiness and pushing that it'll become part of the regime's nuclear deterrent. Now, there are also speculations that there'll be joint drills between North Korea, China, and Russia. Now, Professor Kim, how likely is it that something like that will actually take place?
Yeah, that is the most important factor in reshaping Northeast Asian security environment. And world community is very worried about the not just North Korea nuclear, but more focusing on the China, Russia, and North Korea combined exercise or military cooperation. At the moment, there is a low possibility for North Korea to join China, Russia, combined exercise, but there is some possibility anyway because of Russia, North Korea start their military cooperation, including missile exchange or some kind of action. So the ROC, U.S., Japan must watch this type of possibility at the same time to prepare against this type of action.
Right. The joint drills between the three countries, China, Russia, and North Korea, cannot be ruled out either. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. You have a good night.
Thank you very much.